Hey Fragrance community, thank you guys so much again for joining me. I really appreciate all your support. I'm going to try and knock out a top 20 spring list here for you guys. I really enjoy watching your lists and hopefully you enjoy mine. But starting off with, this one is Comme d'Habitude. Hopefully I'm saying that right. It's a house that's not talked about too much, but comes across this great berry, like a real sharp berry note. But it's not too fruity. It gives you a little bit of, there's a lot of green in here too. So I think spring when I think of this one, when I smell it. This one is Killian Eternal Ode. I do have the bottle, but these are nice. These travel atomizers are nice to carry around and everything. So this one's nice. It's like a rose oud, but it's light enough for spring. You know what I mean? So you can wear it, and even if it gets a little too warm, it's not going to offend anyone or be too strong or potent on you. This is Web Vert by Creed. I have the flacon. I finally got it in my collection, but I like to use these little atomizers as well, little decants. This is just a beautiful oak moss, very green, earthy. It has a little hint of rose in there, which is really nice. So it's a little bit floral, but it's definitely masculine. I love that. So Web Vert by Creed. Getting into 17, Mimo, Italian Leather. Now this one, so many great ones from this house, but this one just reminds me of spring. This is kind of like that walk through a beautiful town, Italy, in Italy, and like I said, like on a cobblestone road. On both sides of you have these bright, fresh, ripe tomato leaves, and it's just very green to me. But there's a lot more to it as well. This is absolutely beautiful for spring, so check this one out. I love this one. So Italian Leather from Mimo. We got another Killian. This is Straight to Heaven, but with a splash of, so basically this is kind of more of the citrus. It has a little citrus vibe to it. These came out. I actually got mine signed by Killian, which is pretty cool, if you can see that. So, but this is Straight to Heaven, and it's kind of the same fragrance, but it does have that extra little bit of citrusy in there, so it's great for spring. It kind of it's a little bit lighter. It doesn't last as long, but it's just a nice hint of that citrus that brings a good feel for spring. So I love that one. Dior Privé line. This one is Vetiver. This one is probably one of my favorites for Vetiver. It's just fresh green Vetiver. There's a little bit of like a hint of sweetness, coffee in it, but that kind of fades away, and the vetiver is really strong in this, and it's just a very bright vetiver though. I think Vetiver Fatale from Atelier Cologne is a little bit more like a more nutty, kind of like a Vetiver Tonka, but this kind of just is more bright, to me, and I just love that. So excellent fragrance. It is discontinued, but there's a lot. You can get it. It's quite easy to get. So that's Vetiver from Dior. From Frederic Malle, Vetiver Extraordinaire. Now this one, of course, this is beautiful. This is Vetiver through and through, of course, but it's got that sharp pink pepper note in there. A lot of the Vetivers use that pink pepper, I guess, just to kind of give it that sharpness, and so it's not too earthy and all that. But just amazing fragrance, Frederic Malle. Vetiver Extraordinaire. A designer, like I said, I would have a lot more designers in this, but I don't really want to bring discontinued stuff, to your attention, because it's hard to get, it's discontinued, and I like to, bring up stuff that's kind of easier to get. So this one's Egoist Chanel. Awesome fragrance. Now this, I wanted to tell you guys too, the bottle, if you see the Eau de Toilette above the Chanel, this is the kind of like the vintage juice. So, but just beautiful stuff. A little bit of cinnamon in there. I mean, this is just gorgeous, and I just think it's spring. It's you could probably use it for all seasons. I know it would work well in winter and everything, but spring it just really shines. So, Chanel Egoist. I'm sure you guys all know that one. Now here's another one. This is kind of a spring in the bottle, kind of the garden scent, with floral and some vegetables, things like that, and just very nice. This is Jardin du Poète. Very nice fragrance. This is from Eau d'Italie fragrance. One from our man Josh Meyer. This one is Every Storm a Serenade. Show you that there. Now this is kind of cool because you think it's got a eucalyptus note in there, and it's kind of like a cooling. So I just think it's like the the springtime with the snow melting off the mountains running down. I just really just get a beautiful. It's just an awesome fragrance, and it's nice enough too for. It's bright enough too, for spring. So I just really love this one. So Josh, great job. Imaginary Authors, Every Storm a Serenade. And Apom from Mason Francis Krypton. This one's awesome too. Not talked about too much. This is just that orange blossom that you get in there. A little floral, but just beautiful. You got some amber to kind of tone it down in here. Awesome fragrance from Mason Francis Krypton, Apom. Moving on. From Xerjoff. This one was a tough one because Ouden could have worked. I know Ouden's kind of that fall fragrance. Beautiful. I do prefer that over the Chanel Allure Homme and Edition Blanche as well, because it does have that it's a little more citrusy. Very nice. But this is Dajala, however you want to say it, Xerjoff. This one has just a little bit more floral, so I think a little bit more spring when you think florals. Just a beautiful blend. Xerjoff does it right. The performance is excellent on it, but this is a beautiful scent. So, Dajala. Now here's a new one to my collection. This is it's a limited bottle, they're saying, but this is Homage by Teak. That bottle is really pretty. Very nice bottle. This is incredible. If you like ambroxan, this is strong ambroxan note in there. Kind of fruity. It's just different, and people are going to notice you, and people like it. It's definitely, I've gotten compliments from it. So check this one out, Homage. Now I know there's a previous bottle. It's kind of the blue. I know there's a vintage version of this, but this is the new one, and it does great on me. So I love that one. Nice, clean barbershop smell, kind of classy. I think a spring too, just clean. It's starting to get a little bit warmer out. From MDCI, this is Invasion Barbera. Very nice. Now, if you didn't want to go with this, expensive bottle on it, $17.25 would be the great alternative for it. So excellent fragrance there. Definitely spring in a bottle. The Beast, the one and only Bleecker Street. Awesome fragrance. You can see that there. This just has that awesome berry note, which I love. And then it's just, fresh cut grass, green through and through, and that little bit of berry in there. It's awesome. So I love that. Moving on to Creeds. Now, obviously Creed is a huge staple in my collection, of course. I love most of them. I could have picked so many. But Original Vetiver. This is just awesome scent. Even the green reminds me of spring, but excellent. Now this is a little bit more soapy, a little more clean. Just a beautiful fragrance. If you wanted to get a cheaper alternative, you could do Mugler Cologne. So you spend a quarter of the money and get a nice bottle of Mugler Cologne, and it kind of smells almost the same. I like Creed a little bit better. It's a little more ambergris, a little more natural, but very good scent as well. Moving right along. Royal Mayfair I had to choose. Now the reason why I went with this one for spring is I would take Windsor over this, but of course it's discontinued, it's hard to get, but it's a little bit darker, which is nice. Now this, I don't know if it's just a newer, just a newer batch or whatever, but this is just a little bit fresher. So I like that in Royal Mayfair, so it works nice for springtime, because it's not as heavy as Windsor is, you know what I mean? So this is a little bit lighter, a little bit more airy, but people love it. It's great. It's the rose, eucalyptus, it has all that in there, and there's really nothing like it out there. So I love Royal Mayfair by Creed. Le Labo, I could have picked a couple from this house as well. I love Le Labo, but this is Bay Rose 26. Now I know a lot of you like Rose 31. This one I choose a little bit better because it has some aldehydes in there, which is kind of more of like a clean, freshness to it. And that's why I like this one. So Bay Rose 26, it's a city exclusive, but I prefer this one over Rose 31. getting into number 2 on my list is Raja Vetiver. Now this one's discontinued, but I know there's a Raja Amber Pour Homme. I have not smelled it yet, but I'm guessing maybe it's going to be the same juice. I'm not sure, but this is just done so well. You know, Raja, the citruses he uses in this, the vetiver, I mean, just it's quality through and through. Of course, it's sharp yet smooth, and this is just incredible. I get so many compliments with this one, and no one's gonna, you know, no one wears this kind of stuff. You know, this is just beautiful scent, but great vetiver, Raja Vetiver. Like I said, these are discontinued, but there's a vetiver that's out now, so you can check that one out as well. Now, number 1 is hard. Because everybody picks this one, you know, and for a reason, you know, and I'm going to do it too, but I'm going to pick 2 for my number 1. They're both from the House of Creed. GIT, of course, that's the main staple in usually everyone's collection, and it just smells so much, you know, it's very refined. I just love this. The blend is great. It's spring in a bottle, literally. You can go with cool water if you don't want to drop the coin for this. But this is just, do yourself a favor and just, you know, get it off of, you know, one of the discount sites or something. But GIT is just awesome. And then I had to throw this one in there. This one is Royal Oud. You know, this one, people think of just oud, you know, but it's not. This one is, I get a nice cedar woodsy, but there's so many good citruses and ambergris here. It's absolutely beautiful. And that's why I think it works great for spring. So, but thank you guys so much for bearing with me. Like I said, I didn't do too good of a, you know, description of them because I don't want to take too much time. It's hard, you know, just to do a list. So, and I know you guys know a lot of them. There's been great reviews, you know, out there on most of the fragrances that I've listed. So, but that's my top 20 for spring. And again, thank you guys so much. And you know, things may change, you know, for next spring or whatever. But that's kind of my top 20 right now. And like I said, it's hard because you can use a few of them for fall. I wanted to pick maybe like Reflection Man from Amouage. I mean, that's a very great scent. I think of rain, you know, springtime, but then it's also great for fall, you know. So springtime is kind of a tough list, so be sure to watch my summer list. That's going to be great. I mean, I got a lot of great picks for summer. I love summer. I love the freshies. And then winter list as well. You know, I'm really getting into a lot of darker fragrances too that I've worn this past winter, and you know, I'm really enjoying it. So, but thank you guys so much for you know, always bearing with me. Again, you know, I don't edit these things. I'm not that talented like you guys out there, all you great reviewers. So what you see is what you get, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Thanks again. Talk to you soon.